All right. Well, I'm CJ Green, Antigua and Barbuda sprinter in 100 meters. Just competed at the London Diamond League. It was a great meet. Had a really fun. Excited to do this podcast, this video for y'all. So enjoy.
All right.
First picture. This my brother right here, though. This my boy, man. I love him to death, man. It's Kendall Williams. Oh, we've been through a lot together. We went to Florida State for 2 years. Then we transferred to the University of Georgia. It doesn't get much closer than him right here. He probably knows me just as well as my family. Love him to death, man. It's surprising that this was the first person that came out the bar. I gotta tell him that.
I must be doing it.
I gotta tell him that I'm doing this video, and he's the first person that picked out the bag. Man, but this is my brother. If you need to know anything else, this is one of my brothers. Just rest it right here. Let's see what else comes up. But you just went through my whole background. Like, he just going through my whole family life. Now, this is another one of my boys, close boys. We competed in Antigua together. His name is Tyre Walsh. Man, he's just like Kendall, to be honest. He went to St. Joseph Academy, funny story. And I went to Princess Margaret Secondary, 2 rival schools in track and field. We used to go at it. It's crazy enough because he used to beat me in secondary school. He used to beat me so bad, so bad. He probably taught me the life lessons of how to take defeat and work at it, to be honest. So this somebody who helped me to reach to this part in my career, to be honest. Let's see what else comes up. FSU. Florida State University. This is where it started. This was the first, probably one of the biggest decisions I've made in terms that led to me being successful in track and field. When I made the decision to go to FSU, FSU is known as a sprinting school or known as a really good track and field school, which is why I chose it to go to my first school. So this one right here means a lot to me as well, just as much as University of Georgia, any other schools I went to. Like, it paved the way for me to do well. Where can I start with this one? This right here is a picture of my family, minus my brother. My brother isn't in this picture. My little brother, he's probably gonna see this video and be like, where am I?
Hey, that's my fault. If anything. Yeah, that's my fault.
But this is my dad, Colin Green. My sister, Dr. Colin Green. Let me not forget Dr. Colin Green, but to me it's daddy. So daddy, if you're watching this, yeah, I messed up. I said Colin Green, but yeah, Dr. Colin Green. This is my sister, Shania Green, my mom, Ezra Jonah Green, who is now studying to be a doctor as well. So my house full of doctors. But this is, as I said, minus my brother. He isn't in this picture. Hopefully a bag comes out with him in there. Hopefully. We don't know. But this is my support system right here. I love them to death, man. I do anything for these people right here, including my brother. These are some of the people that I know. It don't matter what. Like, it could be rough times, really good times. Don't matter what I'm going through in life, they're gonna be there for me. This is the backbone of CJ Green right here, along with Tyre and Kendall and everybody else. But them here, without them, there's no telling where I would be right now, to be honest.
Can I ask you a quick question? What is it like having 2 principals for teachers as parents? And also, Princess Margaret, was your dad?
He was.
Your dad was
he
the
was.
head. What was it like having your dad as the head teacher?
You know, it's crazy enough. People think that, your parents are principals, they must have been so strong, like so strict on you and yada, etc., etc. But it was just like any other day, to be honest. Like, yes, he had to be my principal at school, but it wasn't nothing different from home. He still loved me, he didn't take nothing from school back home with it, but if I was to mess up in school, like let's say I had to get disciplined, it was the same
As any other kid.
as any other kid. He didn't make it extremely difficult for me in the terms of, oh, you're my kid, you have to be perfect. No, he still let me grow and learn, make the mistakes that any other kid would make, and I appreciate him so much for that. So much for that. Like, going through secondary school, you know how teenagers are, they make mistakes, and he allowed me to make those mistakes. And he didn't put like added pressure on me knowing that he was the principal. Now on me being a kid, I knew he was the principal, and I knew I had to, certain things I wouldn't get away with, and I knew I just had to be a little bit more perfect in a sense, because all the other kids were looking at me. As soon as they found out, oh, your dad's the principal, oh, what he's gonna do is he's gonna make the same mistakes. And honestly, I did sometimes, but it really molded me into becoming the man I am today, to be honest. Like, and I'm really grateful for that experience. It wasn't no, as far as I could see, any other difference from any other kid. And it's so crazy now because my mom now isn't like the principal of Clay Hall Secondary. She's now running all the schools in Antigua for the most part, and that's her job now. So she's pretty much my dad's boss. And it's so funny to me because I tease her and say, "Don't get your boss, don't get your boss so riled up now." But yeah, and that's all you need to know about these. This is the backbone of CJ Green. Without them, none of this would be possible at all. Let's see what else this bag got for me. Oh, these are some of the medals I won over. This one right here is big. Really, this one was important too, but this one right here
is that the Central America 2018?
2018. This one right here was major. That's why I ran my personal best. My personal best legally is 10 flat, 10.00 in the 100 meters, and I ran a 9.94, but it was a little windnated. But this was really special because when I ran it, it solidified like you're now like up there, like you could compete with the best of the best. And I needed that, making that transition from being a collegiate athlete to a professional athlete. So out of this picture, really, this one right here, Barranquilla, Colombia, I enjoyed it. It was my first senior international medal. This one I was still a junior, but this was my first senior medal. Going up against a great set of guys, Legend Estacada and stuff, people that I watched growing up. So this one right here, that was a really good meet and a really, really great experience for me. Ooh. Don't want to spoil the beans too quick, man. I can't spoil the beans for y'all. Hey, this is my graduation. All right, a little bit about, because I know the questions are going to come. Why does he have a can? I know it's going to come. So I'm a part of a prestigious fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, man. The brothers in this fraternity, that as close as Tahir, as close as Kendall, they've also helped me to develop so much as a man, man. They're like my family away from family. If I'm not close to Tahir, I'm not close to Kendall or any other of my close brother, I know I could count on somebody from Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity to be there for me. And thick or thin, they'll give me the good advice that I need, whether it sounds bad to me or it does. Like, they just give me the needed life advice and the guidance in almost every area, honestly. And they just give me the support, man. I love my friend. This was graduation, you can see, man. I was done from school. So I was happy, man. But when I look at this picture, I see a lot of accomplishment. I actually see my grandmother. So crazy enough, my grandmother passed away just earlier that year. And I knew she'd have been so happy to see, because she brags about it so much. Oh, her grandkid he's in the States, he's in school, he's about to graduate, he's gonna do great things. So this picture is full of emotion, a lot of emotion, man. From me being in my frat and having that support system, from me just making my family proud and happy. And I know they've been proud, but this one right here, I know.
You nailed it.
It nailed it.
Yeah.
It nailed it. Because my parents and my family, they are supportive of me, but they always wanted me to have that education system, and not just rely on track and field only. So when I got this degree, and they also know I didn't really like school per se. I knew it was a necessity, and that's what I did. So when I crossed the finish line, they were happy, man. This was a proud moment, for sure. For sure. Coach Heather Samuel. This was the lady who believed in me from the get. Besides the family, in fact, besides everybody who came, this band just full of like my supporting class, man. You did a good job. You did a really good job.
Good. I'm glad.
But this is the person who said, this young boy got talent, and I'm gonna develop this talent, and I'm gonna pave the way for him to be great. Like without her, I wouldn't be in track and field. To be honest, like even though my parents and my family been there for me, she took the chance and said, you know what? I think he has potential. I'm gonna stay back the little extra hours. I'm gonna take the time and develop him and help him love the sport. You know, Miss Heather Samuel Daly. Nah, she got married. I get so used to saying Samuel because that's what I grew up as a kid, but Daly, she got married.
And every time I message her, I always make sure I say Daly because on the radio, when they say it wrong, she always corrects them straight away. So
it caught me off guard. And we go back and forth with it because she got married when I was still in the States.
Okay.
So I'm just so used to saying Samuel, but
and that's how it is with a teacher. Like, you still call your teacher probably
whatever
name,
you got used to.
Exactly.
Whatever you call it in school.
Yeah.
But she, like, man, this is another picture that's kind of filled with a lot of emotion because if she didn't take that chance to say, all right, I think he could be great, then none of this happens. Like, even though who knows, maybe I may have found another coach, but I just think this was the best teacher I could have in terms of developing my love for the sport and believing in me on the track, off the track, and like just a great influence in my life. Just a really good influence. Puffy and Baka. Puffy and Baka. So for many who don't recognize the face, I don't know if you can see it. This right here is Daniel Baka Bailey. This is the fastest person in Antigua, 991. And as a kid, this was the person who I used to look up to and be like, you know what? I'm gonna be like him one of these days. I'm gonna be out here running the professional circuit. I'm gonna be at these world champs. I'm gonna be at Olympics. I wanna be just as fast as him. He was every Antiguan young boy, at least in my generation, grew up on. Said, you know what? If he can do it, we could do it. And we're going to work hard to be just where he is. And it just so happens that we ended up competing together and actually made teams with him before I think he officially retired now. I haven't spoken to him in a long time, a long time. He has. I don't know if he announced it as yet.
He said he's retired internationally.
Okay, so that means like I probably won't represent like being another team with him, but hopefully he comes back and I can see him. I haven't seen him in a long time, as I said, you know. And this right here is my boy, Puffy, Miguel Francis. Puffy, we call him Puff Down, as you can see by the puff. He got it plot now these days, but we call it, that name still comes. He's actually here. Mm-hmm. He's at the London Diamond League with me. And crazy story is, we went to the same high school together. We both PMIs. We went to Princess Margaret Secondary School. And this being my first Diamond League on the circuit, because as I said, I was in school, I had to come through school and stuff like that. And it being with a fellow classmate shows, man, that only, like, as our motto said, the world is in need of good men and women. And Princess Margaret School, like, is the mecca of good men and women. We develop talent. We develop talent, man. So proud of him, man. So proud of him. Because he didn't have it easy either. He didn't have it easy. He had to work for it. He had to really, really work for it. I'm just glad to be here doing it on such a great height with him, knowing what he's been through. and how actually understanding that the struggle that he been was not easy. Not easy, man. Proud of him, man, and I love him to death too. Love him to death too, man.
Is that the same 2018 Central America Caribbean Games? Or am I wrong?
Was it?
I believe so. That's the after. So you kind of really talked about that.
Was it? I can't remember.
I think that's. Do you know who took that photo? Greenway, Dean.
Ah.
Yeah. So.
Yes.
So I think that's
So
the
this
thing.
is
You kind of really
CAC.
talked
This is
about that,
CAC.
yeah.
But this just shows how much I love. I love the
Yeah.
country. I just love representing the country, man. But I was honestly trying to figure out which games this was. But it's always a pleasure to put that, and you can put that flag up, man. That means I did something really, really well. That means I did something good. But I'm not gonna lament on this too much because we spoke about it before. UGA. This is where I got my degree. For those who don't know, this is the G. This symbolizes UGA, which is the University of Georgia. That's where I finished my degree after Florida State. As I said, I spent 2 years at Florida State and 2 years at UGA. Thanks a lot to the U. I met some really good friends and some really good teammates that also helped push me to be great. The athletics department did everything that they could to make it such a great environment for us to be successful too, man. And this is my alma mater. This is where I graduated from. It's a special love. Wherever you finish. I know you all love wherever you finish high school or wherever primary school, whatever you call it. That's is a special love in your heart for them. This is mine. Even if I go on to get a different degree at a different school, this is where I got the first ones. This is where the emotions were running hard. This is where my parents and siblings came up to see me graduate and stuff like that, man. Man, I miss it. After the season, I gotta go back. I gotta go. I gotta pay them a visit.
Let's see, what was this?
This one's Joella.
Yeah,
Joella.
I wanted to know, what do you think about her, man?
What you mean? She is a phenomenal talent. Look out for this young lady right here, Joella Lloyd. She's a up and coming sprinter from Antigua and Barbuda at the University of Tennessee right now, and it's so special because I remember speaking to Coach about her, and at the time she's still super young, and she's 17, 18 now. And Coach was like, "Oh, she looks good, but let her develop." And it's crazy that Coach actually ended up signing her, and she trains right now with me. She's like my little sister, to be honest.
Just a question: as you're living in America and you're very accustomed to America now. Obviously, you still love Antigua. And
Yeah,
your
man.
home is your country.
Yeah, man.
What's it like having another Antiguan in a place there where there's probably not many Antiguans?
Somebody that we can talk dialect to. If you ever wonder what it is, but somebody I could talk dialect to. I live in America for about 5-6 years now, and you kind of have to adapt a little bit because a lot of persons don't. I came fresh off the island. I was 18 years when I left. The accent was strong. A full raw Antiguan accent. Now a lot of people could probably watch this video and it's like, he don't sound like that.
But you're broadening it so everybody can understand.
Yes. I have to talk so everybody can understand. But that was one of the biggest things, man. I could say Wagwan and she would give me this back because it's the same thing. She didn't see somebody who could talk, but that was one of the best things that happened, boy. Somebody you can just that is from your home country, and
you don't have to explain anything.
Yeah, you don't have to explain. You can just talk free, relax, But this is a special talent. I think I have great expectations for her. I think she's gonna be great, humble young lady, man. Smart too. Sometimes too smart for her own good. But she's gonna be great. So bag running kind of low. Actually, this is the last picture. Coach Ken. For a lot of y'all who don't know, this is Coach Ken Harden. This is my coach, my present coach right now. This is a coach that was at Florida State for 2 years and he ended up leaving and going to UGA, and I transferred. This how much I wanted to stay with this man. I transferred to another school, picked up and leave and went through a lot of stuff. But just like Miss Samuel Daly, I gotta always remember that. Just like her, there's somebody who believed in me, you know, and took the time to develop talent. Said, you know what, this young guy, he went through a lot in like secondary school or high school or something, and I think he has talent. And he took his time to develop, even through the injuries, even through the rough times, you know, just took his time to get us where we are right now. Like Miss Sama, she got me into school and got me and worked as hard as she possibly could to try and make that leap over. It just so happened that I ended up with somebody who shared the same passion, who actually loved his athletes and would do anything for them, man. Like stick through you, explain it when stuff not going right, you know. I owe a lot. He probably gonna say, oh, this is just his job, but I owe a lot to him, man. He really was a great role model for me, you know.
And I think in any journey, in any profession, you always kind of need people like that, just to have someone to back and someone that actually understands you and wants to understand you. So.
Yeah, and that's Coach Ken, man. Like he takes his time out to learn his athletes, learn what takes, like how to explain stuff, you know. Actually, not just say, all right, do this, do that, or don't question it. He expects you to question it. He expects you to learn from each experience, you know. And that's what I love the most about him. And it could be anything. It doesn't have to be track. It was school. It was day-to-day business. Just stuff to help you mature, stuff to help you make good business decisions, stuff to make you a better person, you know. And I know I said this a lot, but I love him to death too, man. Like, he's really, really close to me as a coach and just as a person, you know.
I'm actually finished, but what if you realise I put personal people into you? I just really wanted to know. I'm showing you this picture, and because you're younger than me, so I'm just thinking, what do these people mean to you?
Okay.
What do they mean to you?
You gotta show. It says Burning Flames, the Mecca of Soca in Antigua, man. Ramp up, Burning Flames, but the Mecca Energy. Obviously, I'm 23, so when I started listening to Burning Flames, and if you're Antigua and don't know Burning Flames, you're not Antigua if you don't listen. We gotta skip. But that's the Mecca of Soca in Antigua. You listen to the soca in Antigua, no, it's all started with them man. Them man there. And obviously the Calypso artists them who did really, really well. But when I see that picture, I see energy. I see a good time, you know?
It's, for me, obviously, you know, I'm from England, but obviously my heritage, half Antigua. As soon as I hear the rhythm, it's just something that I don't think other people can relate to. That every country has a unique sound, and that's a unique sound. And I love Ricardo Drew, I love TM Win, I love all that Peters, but nothing hits it like Burning Flames.
Burning Flames is the Mecca Antigua soca.
And I'm a person that I love soca. I go to fests. Some fests I might dance, some fests I might just chill back. But when Burning Flames is on, I can't stand still.
If you haven't listened to Burning Flames, go back and listen to Burning Flames, and you can know what true Antigua soca is, man. Rhythm, energy, just all together, such a good time just by listening. You don't have to go nowhere. You can sit down in your house and have a full-blown party listening to them, cleaning the house, washing the dishes. That's Burning Flames for you, man. True Antigua soca.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot for having me, man.
Much appreciated. It's much appreciated.
This was fun. It's different.
You don't have to do it. But I wanted it to be different because then you get some kind of control over it, and it's personal. So I try and make it as personal as possible.
It was a lot more personal than I thought. You really.
Yeah, I had to have a think about it, man.
Yeah, this, like, you hit it on the bar. Some of the person, if I could even explain to you what they actually did in my life, man, I could.
You'd be here all night.
Yeah, we would be here all night, man. Just know the people that I've spoke about, and I said they are either brothers, really helped me, you know, believed in me. Just know, like, came from a sincere and loving spot, man. Like, these people really helped CJ Green to be who he is today in terms of a person, an athlete, just an overall individual.
And
you know?
I'm sure that grounding that you have will help you to be a better person during track and after track.
Yeah,
as well.
most def.
Yeah.
And I mean, don't think everything I'm talking about is just track and field related. Obviously a lot of these people help me develop as an athlete, but they also help me to develop as a person, help me to stay humble, you know, help me to understand that, you know, when you're in a bad spot, how to think positively, how to move on from it, know that things happen, you know, just help you to be an overall better person, you know. So you did a good job of hitting every person that you were trying to get to, boy.
I'm gonna lock this up now, man.